So today, we are going to have Richard try two things. We're going to have him try mezcal, and we're also going to have him try some chapulines at the same time, because you're going to try a few different mezcales, and every time we try a new one, what I want you to do is get a chapulin so that your palate can get cleansed. That way, the tastes don't blend. Anyway, and the beauty with mezcal is that it's made from a variation of agaves, and that's what you're going to try. The first one you're going to try is from the agave called espadín, and that's sort of like your starter agave. It's sort of like the beginner agave. Agave
for beginners, basically.
Yeah, I guess you can say that. Yeah, and a lot of mezcales have again, depending on the region, depending on the weather that year, depending on whether they used water from a well, from the river, whether depending on how long the agave was cooked, it's going to have a variation of flavors, even if it's from the same manufacturer or the same agave. Yeah. So anyway, we're gonna start off with the first one, and it's actually one of my favorites. It's called Los Amantes.
There we go.
It's Los Amantes. Anyway, so this mezcal is produced in the small town of Tlacolula. And that's a little bit outside of this. Well, 10 minutes outside of the city.
Shout out to the people that made it.
Hey, Tlacolula, hey. We actually have a few what's his name? He was in your photo 16 class. Edgar?
Oh, okay.
His family's from Tlacolula.
Okay, yeah. He was pretty cool.
Yeah, he's pretty badass. So what we're doing is I'm actually serving the mezcal in this traditional Hicara, because that's how you're supposed to consume the mezcal on a Hicara, because what that allows it allows the mezcal to breathe. And also this is the way that the master mezcalero also takes the shot, because when they're distilling the mezcal, the master mezcalero, he gets a big bamboo stick, like a tube almost made out of bamboo, and then he gets a little bit of the product, and then he spits it back out on a bigger Hicara. And then from the bubbles that he sees, that's how he can determine like the purity, the purity of the mezcal. So the way you consume a mezcal is that you wanna smell it, and you should smell humidity. You should smell a slight citrus aroma.
Yeah,
slightly. And a little earthy, maybe not too much, but just a slight bit earthy.
A hint,
right? So when you take the first sip, what I want you to do is I want you to wash your palate with it for about 10 seconds until your tongue burns.
So like kind of swirl it around, like
sort of like mouthwash. Yeah. So swirl it around your mouth and until your tongue burns for about 10 seconds. And if you breathe, try to breathe out through your nose.
Okay.
As you're breathing. Yeah. So to your health.
And you said kiss, right?
Kiss, but so this, what I gave you, this traditional shot, it usually gives you about 4 sips. So take the first sip.
Pretty good. In and out. In and out. It's pretty good.
What does it taste like?
Taste.
Describe to the audience, bud.
You taste the citrusy.
Okay.
See, that's the first thing you taste.
Okay.
You taste a little bit of like. You kind of taste the agave because it has like a little minty kind of taste to it.
Okay.
And yeah, those are the main things I tasted from it.
Okay. Yeah, and the reason why I asked is because everyone's palate is different. So, different people are going to taste different things, and especially as you all know, smell is a very powerful sense. So when you smell something, it triggers different emotions, different responses. Yeah, it will run. So what you did there, you kind of preparing your palate for the next one. So the next sip is actually going to be a lot smoother, and it's only going to get smoother after that. And keep in mind that this particular mezcal is 40% alcohol.
Oh, damn.
And that's pretty high. A lot of, what's your typical vodka is what, like 30-ish, right? Wine is usually 14, beer is what, like 4%. Really? So this is some strong stuff. However, if you drink it properly, you will not get drunk. You can.
Yeah.
That's not the point here. And also, believe it or not, mezcal, you can drink an entire bottle of mezcal, and you would not be hungover in the morning. That's assuming that it's traditional mezcal.
So no no menudo crudo will be
no, you're
in
gonna feel it.
effect.
You're gonna be fine. As a matter of fact, mezcal actually gives you like this happy buzz, and it's also an aphrodisiac. So try not to consume too much. So for all you lovers out there, if you don't want to get it on with your partner, you should
spice it up a bit.
Spice it up, with some mezcal. So go ahead and take the second sip, and as I said, it should be a little bit smoother from compared to the first.
Yeah, because the first one's a little tingly.
How was it?
It was a lot smoother.
All right. Okay. And did you taste something a little bit different, or were the notes a little bit stronger or softer, or?
It was softer for sure. Okay. Still tasted the citrusy. Okay. A little bit of earthiness, like you said.
Okay. Any other notes? But definitely it has like a refreshing.
Yeah, like a
refreshing texture.
It gives you like kind of like like a minty kind of refreshment too. Yeah,
because you wouldn't expect that from such a high alcohol
content
spirit, right? Yeah, you wouldn't. No, you would. I mean, most people, again, because most people expect it for it to just burn, to like rubbing alcohol. But again, that's because people are used to drinking tequilas.
Yeah.
And again, so the way that the mezcal is produced, again, like a typical agave would take about 7 to 10 years to grow. After that, an agave only produces flower once in its lifetime. And once it produces that flower, it's mature.
Okay.
So that's when the cultivator knows that's the time to cut the agave. Yeah. So they cut the agave, they cut a few of them, and they chop them down, and it looks kind of like a pineapple. Once they cut it down to size, then they throw it in a pit oven, and they cook it. I don't know, maybe 48 hours, 72 hours. Again, it all depends on the maestro mezcalero, on the type of mezcal that they want to produce. After they cook it, then they crush it by hand with a hammer by hand, or they crush it with this big stone wheel, and they have a mule that that's putting the big stone wheel. Yeah, it's amazing. You guys are gonna have to check it out. So then after that, then it goes into the distillation process. And here there's two types of ways. There's two different ways where they can distill it. They can either distill it in copper pots or in clay pots. And some of the last mezcals you're going to try, they were actually distilled on clay pots, and that actually gives it a more of an earthy,
more stronger feel
texture to it. So again, and then some of the wild agaves that you're going to try in a bit. Those usually take about 30 years to grow. Yeah.
Wait, so how much is this, like, really expensive then, since it takes so much?
In US dollars, yes, mezcal is very expensive. Usually, I've actually found a few bars out here in downtown LA, and I've seen them sell each shot for about $15 to $20 per shot. That's what you're drinking. Yeah. So you're drinking like almost $20 worth.
Damn.
I know, yeah,
because it's fancy tonight.
It's very fancy. Yeah, so it's a high end product, and again, What I want to do is I want to try to teach more, sort of like share that knowledge that I learned to the rest of the world, because again, like, a lot of people confuse mezcal and tequila.
It's the same thing.
And it's not the same thing. And what would really what really makes me cringe is when people say, oh, here's another thing. Like, a lot of people say, oh yeah, mezcal has to have a gusano, and that's wrong, because mezcal does not have to have a gusano. If it has a gusano, something went wrong in the distillation process or in the fermentation process. So they throw the gusano in there to kill that bad flavor, and essentially just kills. You see how, like, it has these different notes of that you tasted. It essentially kills all of that.
So it's just like
tainted. So never ever buy a mezcal with the worm on it, because that's bad. It's bad mezcal. Yeah, because a lot of enthusiasts will tell you, no, that's not.
So is that where the whole thing? Don't drink the tequila with the worm in it or something.
Well, tequila again. I hate to keep bashing on tequila, but yeah, if you buy tequila with worm, it's the same thing. Something went wrong in the distillation process, and they throw the worm in there, and it sort of essentially just kills all the flavors.
That's a weird animal just to, like, throw in there.
Well, it's kind of like throwing, because again, like, we have some chapulines here, and what the chapulin does, or the worms, is that it sort of cleanses that palate, so it kills all the flavors. So that's sort of like why they would do it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That
so
makes
there's
sense.
one more sip. So to your health. So this last one should have been like really, really smooth, right? Very smooth.
Smoother than the first one and smoother than the second one.
Did you taste any difference in the notes or textures?
The mintiness kind of flavor is a little bit stronger.
Okay. But it's still refreshing, right?
It's like a mint.
Okay.
In a way.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And again, the beauty with agaves is that, the beauty with mezcales is that they have, because again, like there's different ways of producing it, you're going to get different notes and different textures. So the next one we're going to move into is called Mezcal Meteoro. I'm sure you guys can see it.
A little bit. Right there. No, you had it right there. No, go back towards you. Right there. Right there.
Okay, so Mezcal Meteoro. So Mezcal Meteoro, this is also made in the town of Tlacolula, and this one has a 45%
are we going up?
Alcohol content.
Wait, what was the last one?
40.
Okay, so we're going up.
Yeah. Now, most mezcal enthusiasts would say that true mezcales start at 45% and up. So they go from 45 to 60%. I actually have one that's at 60%. Well, we may not get to that one today. So the first one that you tried...
Baby steps.
I know, baby steps. So the first one that you tried, even though it's 40%, it's still an artisanal mezcal. It's actually a very premium mezcal. It's a very well-known brand down in Oaxaca. Mm-hmm. But I think that the reason why they didn't want such a high alcohol content is because I guess they were leaning more towards that refreshing, minty flavor, or citrusy flavor.
Yeah.
I think so. But it's great. It's a great mezcal, and I really wish that all of you can try that one, because that one is one of my favorite ones. So this one we're gonna try. This one again. This is also an espadín. This mezcal is gonna be a little bit more dry, and it's gonna have more of more like a copper aftertaste or flavor to it. Okay, so again with this one, this one too, it's not really one of my personal favorites, but I sort of want you to try the different types of mezcales that they have, because again people have a different palates, so it's funny because I have one of my friends here the other day, and the one that is my least favorite it ended up being her favorite one of them all. So with this one, as I say,
was this Evie by chance? Was off the record? Was it
off the record?
Okay, edit now.
Okay, so this one right here, when you smell it, go ahead and smell it. So when you smell it, it should have a more dry note to it. Like it doesn't have that humid smell. It doesn't have like that citrus smell, right? It's dry. This is what they consider a dry mezcal, where the smell isn't as humid. Mm-hmm. Think of it, when I say humid, it's sort of like have you ever been in a cave that has a waterfall in it, or a waterfall outside? Yeah, that's sort of what it's. That's sort of like what this would smell like, or a well. Have you ever smelled a well? Yeah. That's what it smells like. Yeah. So when you smell this, it's a little bit more dry. Mm-hmm. This might have a stronger punch to it when you take it. So again, to clean your palate, there's two things you can do. You can either have a couple of chapulines to sort of cleanse your palate, or when you take the first shot of this mezcal from Mezcal Meteoro,
mouthwash it a little bit.
You mouthwash it again. So do you want to try a chapulin? Or?
I'll try a chapulin.
Okay.
I'll be a little adventurous. And try all these little...
So go ahead and show the audience that.
Oh damn! Why I get like the biggest one in the world? Look at this sucker! Look at this sucker! Big old
motherfucker.
Got the big. Oh shit! I broke one of his legs. Sorry. I'm sorry. I know you're dead already, but I'm sorry.
You're going to hell. You're going to Chapulin hell. All right. So go ahead and.
Just like that? Like a little piece of candy?
No, it's just like candy. Yeah. What does it taste like?
Hold on.
Take your time. Pretty good, right?
Pretty good.
I know, right?
Pretty
People
good.
always get really freaked out until they try them.
Let me see. If I had to describe it, I don't know if it's weird. I don't know if it would be a weird comparison, but it kind of tastes like those pork rind chips.
Okay.
Yeah, it has like
okay. Very salty, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But pretty good. Surprised. Very surprised.
Very high in protein chip. Yeah. You want to try another one? Yeah, it actually gets better. It gets better with.
I'll take it after this sip.
Okay. All right. So to your health, dude.
I think this one's actually smoother first.
Okay.
Or I don't know if it's because I'm getting used to the like mezcal in general.
You do get
but
used
this is a lot smoother than the last one.
Yeah, that's the funny thing because your very first one, it's always going to be stronger.
Yeah.
That's why I start you off with one that has a lower alcohol content. Yeah. But your first one is always going to be strong, regardless of what it is.
Yeah.
And then, yes, it will get smoother.
Yeah,
so
this one's a lot. Like it was like water basically.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, easy to take it in.
Yeah. Tobasiche. Yeah, and this is 45%.
Oh wow.
Alcohol content. So again, this is some very strong stuff.
I kind of see why they call it dry because like this one it didn't really have like a citrusy or minty taste to it, but you could taste like the earthiness to it. Mm-hmm. But it was pretty good.
But yeah, but definitely whenever you guys try mezcal, and nobody tells you how to drink it, you have to kiss it. Kiss it. Like I can't not stress that enough. So you definitely have to.
Yes, it's a deep kiss.
It's a very deep kiss. So we're gonna try another dry mezcal, and this one is called Los Danzantes.
Right.
Sure, you can see it. And this is all of these are from Oaxaca. Although I have seen some in Bevmo.
Like
no, I've seen them at Bevmo, but like I've never heard of those brands, and they usually run $80. $80 for a bottle like this.
So why does this one have the little fancy like?
Oh, you guys see it?
Yeah.
Like check out this little cap. It's pretty fancy. I'm not sure you guys can see it. See what I'm saying? It's like a
little spring.
You guys see it's like a little spring loaded. Isn't that pretty neat?
So make sure the kids don't get into that. That's the good stuff.
What you're gonna smell is again very very dry. It's gonna have a very dry texture or note. I mean I don't know how to describe smell. No, I'm not there yet.
It has a dry accent.
A dry accent.
I don't know.
Okay. And then, so again, this one when you taste it again, what you're gonna be tasting is like a slightly earthy tone. It's gonna have a little bit more of a copper aftertaste, and it's gonna be very dry. Again, it's not gonna have like that humid,
minty
or citrusy minty, aftertaste. So, again, to your health.
Salute.
A little bit stronger.
Yeah.
This one is at 47% alcohol content.
Yeah, this one's a little stronger.
Okay.
But it's still kind of smooth.
But it's still smooth, right? Isn't that weird, like how it's strong?
And when I was breathing through my nose, you can kind of like feel it. Kind of, I don't know, but
because that's why I recommend that you breathe through your nose while it's into your mouth, because that way, what you're doing is again you're preparing your entire palate for the taste. So then your next sip is actually going to be a lot smoother than the first one.
Yeah.
It's good because we are moving up in alcohol content. Did you feel it anywhere else? Like some people sometimes feel it here, some people feel it here.
Nah, I just felt it in my nose.
Some people feel it here too.
Nah, I just felt it in my nose. Like,
okay, so this one that we're going to try, this one's called Mezcal Marca Negra, and it's a very beautiful bottle. And this one is made in I don't even know where it's made. That's a great question. I should have probably
somewhere deep in the jungles of Mexico.
This is in San Juan del Rio, Oaxaca. So sort of, I want to say it's like sort of like a northern part.
Shout out to Oaxaca people. Hey, this guy over here, Oaxaca.
So this one's actually gonna have. This is a 50% alcohol content. Now again, so this one's gonna have that same humid, almost citrusy taste to it. Compared to the last two that you had. This one's gonna have more of a humid note, and you can already smell it. See how it already smells humid?
Yeah.
See, so now we're going back to
humid gives it like a little more stronger scent to it.
Okay.
I think.
Yeah.
Because like the others were dry ones.
The last two
you could smell it, but you can't. Like you not.
Yeah. So again, the reason I'm not sure if I explained this earlier, but the reason why you want to every time you drink a mezcal, you always want to drink from a wide cup. That's why you drink it from this little Hicara. And what that allows it allows the mezcal to breathe. So it allows all those aromas and textures to be released so that you can smell them properly.
Yeah.
You can drink mezcal off of a shot glass, but traditionally it's drunk from a Hicara because that allows it. It sort of changes the flavor a little bit. I personally think it enhances the flavor more than it changes the flavor. So
okay.
To your mouth.
This one's a lot minty.
Okay, this is minty.
Minty.
Okay,
smooth, but
strong.
Like the first wave of taste you feel, the sensation, mintiness. But once you get it past, it goes down smooth.
You're like, goes down smooth.
It goes down. It goes down
smooth.
No, but it goes down pretty smooth.
It does, right? It's really weird how it's like a juxtaposition of flavors, right? Like it's strong but smooth at the same time. It's really weird. And I guess the best way to describe that is that it's sort of like your lips sort of have like a different taste, right? Like if you lick your lips, it has like a sweet taste. And depending on like where it's at in your palate, it has a different. Cause sort of like cologne. Think of it like cologne. How colognes they have different notes.
Yeah.
Like sometimes there's like a note.
My cheeks are a little tingly right now in this area.
Okay. Yeah, as I said, like people feel it in different. Like some people feel it here, some people feel it here. Some people feel it here. So what we're gonna do now, we're gonna move on to what they call the wild agaves. Wild agaves, these are a little bit more. These are more higher end products. Again, what you just heard were the espadines. So that's sort of that's like your starter. Like if you don't know anything about mezcal, I strongly recommend that you guys get an espadin and then go from there, and then sort of like move your way up to the wild ones. Now, wild agaves. What I love about wild agaves is that their notes and textures change dramatically from one to the next. Another thing about wild agaves is that they usually take about 30, sometimes 10 to 30 years for them to mature.
Oh, damn.
That's a long time. Like the one that we're going to try, this one's a Tobala, and it's made by Mezcal Cuish.
Cuish.
You guys can
you gotta get the Cuish.
If you buy real,
50% alcohol.
Yeah, this is 50% alcohol content. And again, if you buy real mezcales, the mezcaleros are very proud of their product.
Damn, look at they even say don't even drink if you're pregnant. That's
I know, right?
No drunk pregos out there, please.
So no, like what I like about these artisanal mezcales, the mezcales artesanales, is that they're very proud. Like the maestra. This is actually made by a maestra mezcalera. Her name is Berta Vasquez. So they're very proud of their mezcal. So they tell you where
they sign it like this is mine.
Yeah, it's signed. See, so they tell you where it's made. They tell you the type of agave that it was made. They tell you how it was distilled and that whole run.
Wait, let me see the little signs again. Look how
so it says
don't drink and drive.
I'm sure if you can see it.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, so don't drink and drive. Don't drink if you're pregnant. And what's the other one? Oh, don't drink. 18. Yeah, if you're under 18, you can't drink this.
Well, the legal age in Mexico is 18. So
well, even like that's different because you don't see that on like bottles here. I mean, even they say you're not supposed to buy it when you're 21. They don't say, oh, if you're not 21, don't drink it.
Oh, like this one, right? Like it's all like obvious.
Yeah, like right in your face, like don't drink this stuff.
Yeah, I know, right?
Kids.
So again, the beauty of these mezcales again is that they're very proud. They're very proud of the product that they produce. So this one's the Tobala. It's very, very one of the most popular agaves down in Oaxaca. And here's another thing how you can tell if this is a real mezcal or a good mezcal. Let's say for example, there's no way for you to try it. Pick up the bottle, shake it, and then you're gonna see all these bubbles produce. You see how there's like these bubbles that are produced? That is a true indicator that this is real mezcal, that's a good mezcal. Or that it's a high content of mezcal.
So if you do it and it doesn't do the little bubbles?
Don't buy it.
So like if you do it like... So, okay, say this was a fake, right? And you do the whole shake thingy, and it would be what? Just
nothing.
Clear?
Like, yeah, which is clear. Like it wouldn't produce bubbles.
Okay.
Yeah. So
bubbles good, folks. Bubbles are good.
The second thing that you can do to know that this is a genuine mezcal and that it was produced in the artisanal way is to get your Hicara, okay, and get a dab your finger in the mezcal, get a little bit, and then rub it on your wrist like so. So go ahead and do it.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead and do it.
Tappa, tappa, tappa.
Tap and then rub it on your wrist.
Okay.
And I want you to tell me what you smell.
Is it kind of a citrusy smell?
Okay. You should smell like wood, cooked wood. A little bit of burn.
Yeah. Oh shit, you're right. That's
Right?
pretty crazy. That's pretty crazy.
Right? Yeah. Right? So what you're smelling is the cooked agave. So this is telling you that it was actually cooked and it was actually fermented in wood barrels. So
and does that work with all the other ones too, or what?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So again, but again, because this is a wild agave, it's gonna have a stronger cooked note flavor to it. So again, this is if you want to take it up a notch, you do the same thing, and instead you rub it on your palm. You do that sort of deal, and you smell it.
What is this, cologne agave all of a sudden?
I know, right?
So
No, you did.
Oh.
So you already did it wrong. So you get a little bit. Do it again. Get some here. Rub it, and then you do this, and you smell it. And you should again smell the same thing.
The beachiness, like the woodness.
Yeah, like a cooked wood, right? Like that's what you're smelling. Cooked wood. A little bit of humidity, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's the second.
What are you wearing? I'm wearing agave.
More agave. Tobala by Oaxaca. So this is by Berta Vasquez, Oaxaca. Solo por tiempo limitado. En sus tiendas sucursales, fábricas de Francia.
There goes a commercial.
I know, right?
There goes a commercial.
I know, right? So like this is the second way that you can see if this is a real mezcal, like if it was produced the genuine way. So again, the first one is, shake the bottle, make sure that there's
bubbles.
Little bubbles.
Look for the bubbles.
The second way, if you can try it, rub some on your skin, and you should be able to smell cooked agave.
I think I smelled the cooked agave on my wrist better than I did on my hands.
Okay. Yeah. Again, everyone's palate's different. I can actually smell it better when I do this.
Oh really?
But it's pretty nice, right? So again, to your health. And again, with this one, what you want to look for again is for like these very earthy textures, and I'm telling you, this flavor is going to be completely different from the Espadrillas.
Okay.
So again, same thing though. You want to try a Chapulin before? Yeah.
Wait, didn't I think it?
No.
Oh well, I'll do it again. Anyways,
yeah. So comment below if you guys again want to be a part of mezcal tasting your.
You should. It's pretty awesome.
Pretty awesome, right? Yeah, we should come over.
Bye, little buddy.
So again, traditionally, if you guys want to try mezcales, try to eat them with chapulines, but do not, please, by any means, do not ever, for the life of you, do not try mezcal with salt, with sal de gusano, with lime, with orange slices, because all of that is going to kill every single note and texture that the mezcal has. Because again, like remember how you're trying these mezcales and you're tasting these different notes and textures.
Yeah.
The salt, the lime, the orange, it's going to kill all of that.
It'll get in the way, basically.
It gets in the way. Yeah, and again, and people assume, mezcal, tequila, same shit. It's not. You do that for tequila because tequila, again, is not going to have all these different textures that the mezcal has.
Because tequila don't really have that, like,
flavorish. No, it doesn't. It doesn't. And again, you have to keep in mind that these maestros and maestras mezcaleras, have spent their entire lifetime to produce generations, to produce a bottle. So anyway, again, please, don't ever, drink mezcal with salt, lime, orange slices, or I'm gonna murder you. I remember that costume. Anyway, so the last mezcal that we're gonna have.
Wait, we still haven't drunk this one. Or
did
you drink it?
No, not yet. This one again. This is also a wild agave. This is called the Tobasiche. I'm not sure if you guys.
Wow, frisky one.
See it?
Right there. Yeah, right there.
So again, this is an ancestral distilled mezcal again. The only difference is this agave was crushed by hand, and it was distilled in clay pots.
It was beat to death.
Beat to death. So this is the last one that we're gonna try for the night, and so again, it kind of has like a humid.
Yeah, this one, because I noticed that the humans smell more than the dry ones. They really packs a kick in your nostrils.
And then you're gonna have like a earthy, kind of like a clay note to it. No, like clay, como barro.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, to your health. Ooh.
Ooh, this one's a little strong. Really get to the nose.
Yeah, this one's definitely very strong.
A little tingly, like breath minty tingly. But
this one is also at 50%.
Still smooth.
At the same time, right? Yeah, really weird.
Which is weird as...
Yeah. So again, this mezcal, as I said, this was made of...
no wonder they call it the frisky and wild.
I know, right? Well, this is a Ancestral process, which again is the same thing. Just the only major difference is that it's once the agave is cooked, it's crushed by hand, and then it's distilled in clay pots.
They beat the shit out of it.
So that's essentially like the only difference. But you can tell like it has a very different note and texture to it right, than the other ones, right? It kind of has like more like an expired. Almost tastes like more fermented, right?
Yeah, they're more fermented.
Right? Yeah. So that does it for our mezcal tasting. Yeah.
So
was this your first time trying mezcal?
First and many times with all these sips.
Okay, alright. So out of all the ones that you tried, which one was your favorite?
I would say the gold one.
Oh, Meteoro.
Yeah, Meteoro.
So you like this one, right? This one, right?
Number one. I mean, yeah, well, thumbs up for that one. And I think it was the black label or
Marca Negra?
Yeah, Negra.
Marca Negra.
Yeah, that was pretty good. And I think there was one more, but I
and it's so cool, look, because there's a hand imprint on it. You see it?
Oh damn!
So if you grab it like this, it's supposed to.
Oh damn! That's pretty funny. That's pretty cool. That's a cool ass design.
I'm not sure if you guys can see it, but there's a hand on there.
Why is there not one like that in the U.S.? Because nobody ain't that clever.
I don't know. You guys can't see it, but if you put your hand here, it covers the hand thing.
It's to hide your fingerprints.
I know, right? So, can you guys see it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they can. They can look it up.
Yeah, you guys look it up. It's called Marca Negra. I'll post the links below for the brands. I'll post their IG accounts for them too, so you guys can check it out. Cool. So thank you for stopping by.
No
so what did you think of mezcal? Like, do you have like a different perception now? Do you have like a different opinion?
Well, this was my first experience with it, so it's pretty good. Most of them went down pretty smoothly. You gotta kiss them. Yeah. Don't be rough. Even though they say they might like it, be gentle.
Be gentle always. Always with mezcal. Would you recommend it to a friend?
Yes. If you want to try something new than tequila, even though everyone's like, oh, tequila is always the best. Yeah. Try mezcal. I think you might like it. Yeah. I did.
It's a very, very different from...
I might even buy me a bottle or two.
Or three. So that essentially does it for our video today. Do you want to give a shout out? Do you want to talk shit to somebody? Do you want people to follow you on Instagram, on Snapchat, on Tinder,
I'll give a
Grindr?
Easy there, buddy.
I mean, I don't know what you're into. I don't know what hey, the mic, I don't know where.
Easy there, buddy. Easy there. I don't want everyone to find me everywhere. So, okay, so yeah, I'll give a little shout out. Okay. I'll give a little shout out to all the homies in the ELAC photo department hanging out in the basement. Hey. And I'll give out a little shout out to my homegirl, Edie.
Hey, Edie.
Thanks for taking us all over the place all the time.
Yes, thank you.
On assignments.
Thank you.
And if y'all want to follow me on Instagram.
Where can they find you on Instagram?
Where can they find me? They can find me at crazy_legs88.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So follow him on Instagram.
If you want.
If you want, it's up to you.
Okay.
If you'd like to be part of some of these videos, let me know.
These videos are pretty fun. So if you guys are in the neighborhood in East Los, or if you want bring them to take the trip and do the video,
you can try Chapulines.
They're pretty good.
They're
pretty good.
You can take some home.
I'll take a few home.
Okay, cool. All right, cool.
I'll creep out my little sister like, hey, Lucy, you want to watch me eat a bug? She'll be like, ew!
All right, guys. So, again, comment below if you want to stop by. We'll see you in the next video.
Toodles.
See ya.
Deuces. Bye.